What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is August 28th of 2017. So as you all know, if you watch my channel, you probably understand by now that I love getting feedback in the comments below on my videos and on my live streams about what coin or token I should cover next on my channel. It has become obviously clear in the crazy market of ICOs, there's been one market that's received a lot of interest, and it's no other than the payment solutions market. However, as much optimism as there is in this market and bringing cryptocurrencies into the physical world and into our everyday lives, there's kind of an issue at hand. There's a lot of competitors out there aiming to be that #1 payment solution for cryptocurrencies. Well, if it wasn't a big enough issue as is, in the sense of already having a large amount of names such as 10x, Token Card, and dozens of others I can't even spend the time to list here, there is a new competitor to the forefront, and its name is MONACO. So, is MONACO going to be the #1 solution? It's been getting a lot of optimism recently, but we've got to really think about it on a fundamental sense. It all depends on whether or not the tech can deliver, the security's there, the team is there, and then also the fees and financial benefits of using these payment solutions compared to one another. I'm going to mostly focus on the benefits of MONACO today, and I'll also talk about how it compares with the market leader right now, which is 10x. However, before we can jump into anything and dive into MONACO, let's look at its numbers on CoinMarketCap. So if we sit here, we can see that there's over $200 million in market cap for MONACO, which definitely makes it a mid cap, something I feel completely safe in investing in. However, I will say I don't know if I'd want to buy at these levels right away, unless I was making an investment for the next 5 to 10 years and I was, certain that MONACO was going to be the winner. This is quite a run up, but I think we need a little bit of a cool down period, to be fair. The volume is there, though. I will say that. Over the past 24 hours, we've had more than 25% of its market cap in volume. That's huge. So that definitely shows you there's some big money flowing into these payment solutions. And I'll get to why I think that could be in just a little bit. We can see here on the circulating supply, there's about 9.8 million in circulating supply for MONACO and a total supply of 31.5 million that will be created. That is the max supply. Or at least from what I know. The basic thing about the circulating supply towards the total supply is that more will come into fruition through rewards programs that come through the MONACO platform. So we'll talk a little bit about that more when we go through the fundamental analysis. So, MONACO itself does have a mobile app and card that it's going to be offering as a payment solution, pretty much like most payment solutions in the cryptocurrency space. But there's a lot of selling points that MONACO does have in the sense of exchange rates. Now, if you look here right on the beginning of the website, it's clear as to what MONACO wants to be, the universal money app. They want to bring cryptocurrencies towards the forefront and be able to spend it whether you're going out to get your daily coffee, or if you're going to travel around the world and you want to get solid exchange rates and use your cryptocurrency. There's a big selling point here, first and foremost, is its exchange rates, which save you on average around 30 to 40 euros out of the 500 euro equivalent spending. So that's almost anywhere from around 5 to 10%, and that's really, really big. So definitely a good selling point in the sense of MONACO, and I'm glad they put that right at the front of their website, because I bet that attracts a lot of people to use the platform. Just to be clear right off the bat too as well, you all are welcome to read the white paper. The white paper is a spectacular read if you want to get more of a look into it. And we're also going to talk about that when we're talking about the proposition of the token's value. Because as much as we like to talk about the tech tied with the token, what's the use of the token? We'll be sure to get to that. And I'm going to give you guys a good explanation as to what the token benefits towards its holder. So we can see here with the MONACO card, it's a pretty nice sleek design. For the MONACO card, if you're curious about what card company is working with them, they're actually working with Visa, one of the largest in the world. So whereas 10x was working with MasterCard, you see this kind of competition going on where Visa's taking in MONACO, and it's these private centralized companies getting into the cryptocurrency space. They can't deny it any longer. They got to participate in it. I'm just kidding, but I mean, it is pretty interesting to see how there's some corporate partners coming in to sponsor these really ambitious projects. So definitely interesting and a very good selling point on MONACO's part. But very nice card design, looks nice. Definitely seems like it functions just like any other debit or credit card. The one thing that is a very, not a very serious, but is definitely a noticeable difference and limitation of MONACO comparative to its competitor 10x is the fact that you can only use Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. Those are the only two cryptocurrencies you can use. However, they do have plans to implement ERC20 tokens, which 10x already offers right out of the gate. So I hope that they can deliver it soon, or sooner rather than later, because they're already, launching an ICO in their card and everything. So I would hope that they would launch it relatively soon, or at least implement the feature to give people utmost flexibility in using the platform. Like I said, Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're huge, pretty much going to make up the majority of people who are using this. But at the same time, giving that flexibility could be a boost. As we go down as well, you can see there's instant exchanges to money. It tries to give you utmost superior rates. They use Interbank, which has provided really cheap rates for the platform, and it's going to give you competitive rates towards a lot of the competitors, such as 10x. So definitely an interesting selling point. I think the exchange rates are probably the biggest for the platform in the sense of utilizing MONACO's app comparative to other competitors. And also you can send money as well to other individuals real time and make pretty much instant transactions. So that's pretty cool. I really think that's an awesome feature for it. Also, they've got really high security on the card itself and its app technology. So definitely another good selling point. You want security with this kind of stuff, guys. Definitely a big selling point if this is going to be where you're putting all your money to spend. So keep an eye on that. I think that MONACO's got a few selling points. One of the really interesting things I want to talk about are right here, though, which is what's known as onboarding. Now, onboarding is pretty much, it's a general term, in this case, it's customer onboarding. So it's getting onto the platform, okay? So it's moving someone onto the platform. And you can do it in as little as 3 minutes. They've got face identification, so I think that that's really cool. And you can get instantly on the platform in a matter of minutes. That's a very big selling point. Easy adoption, easy to get on the platform, start using it, and start applying your cryptocurrency. So definitely a good selling point in the sense of that. But yeah, there's just all kinds of different selling points here. And I think that MONACO did a wonderful job of laying out the UI over here. I really want to emphasize that it's good to see what it's going to look like when I use the platform and start understanding, what can I expect if I were to participate in this. And then also, this is one thing that has changed. A lot of people originally saw that there were no benefits to using MONACO. That is not true anymore. In some cases, you can earn up to 10% instant cashback rewards as you spend. Now, they're not very specific as to how this is or how much, what partners, are offering this cashback program. It really depends. However, what's nice is you're going to have a pretty decent range of partners because they're partnering with Visa. So you're opening yourself up to a lot of different payment areas that might want to work under this rewards program. And along with that, you're going to be rewarded in the equivalent of MONACO tokens. So this is how you can actually get MONACO, by using the platform. And there's a lot of benefit towards holding the MONACO token, which we're going to go ahead and cover. And this is the black card. This was the card that's given out. There's about 999 of them that are given out to people who participate in the ICO. And there's 2 main paths of distribution to it. However, it's all over right now. So sadly, no black card for us. But definitely looks cool. I'll give it that. So a lot of you might be asking about what the token's value is. It's like, okay, look, Nick, they might give me that rewards program, and I might get, MONACO tokens. That's great, or I might buy it on an exchange. But really, what's the value behind it? Why am I gonna want to hold the MONACO token? Well, the thing about MONACO is when you make a purchase on the platform, they charge a relatively low rate of 1%. Now, those 1% transactions might seem pretty small and actually very beneficial to a user of a platform comparative to a lot of other rates. However, the interesting thing about MONACO is that this 1% licensing fees for the software, that's pretty much why they're charging in the first place for the software of MONACO. What happens is that 1%, all the fees that come in from all the expenditures that people use to spend their cryptocurrency through the platform on, is going to go to what's known as the MONACO asset contract. And it's basically a big funding pool where all of that 1%, that 1% fee on the spending is going to pool in. And it's going to accumulate over time. Now, you get a piece of ownership in that with your MONACO tokens. That's what gives it value. It's kind of like holding this big pile of money that's just growing and growing and growing and growing, so long as people adopt the platform. As more people utilize the platform, as more people are spending away on the MONACO platform and paying that 1% fee, the more the MONACO token is worth. So pretty simple, kind of equation, putting all the puzzle pieces together. That's the main selling point of it. But at the same time, just seeing that there's rewards programs for it instantly says, okay, well, I'd have to go out and either, utilize that program, or I'm going to have to go out of my way to purchase it, to be a part of owning the asset contract. So very interesting selling point. I think that that's good in kind of building this investment vehicle in the MONACO platform. And really, it's a way you can kind of hold trust in it, kind of like a stock almost in the MONACO payments platform. So I think it's interesting. I definitely would like to consider picking some up if I see continued adoption, but it would really be a nice long-term hold, I think. So definitely an interesting selling point. The thing is, though, I want to do a quick comparison before we do some technical analysis. Now, as I said, this is a little bit outdated because there has been some changes, as I was stating, with the rewards program. However, this is relatively up to date in the sense of, comparison against the other competitors. Now, of course, this is highlighting 10x. There's a little bit of bias towards 10x, but we can see here. Again, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only payment options on here, whereas on 10x you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, and a multitude of ERC20 tokens. So you've got a few different comparisons here. The big thing I really want to bring out, though, is the status right now. They don't have a released product yet. Now, it is going to be coming out relatively soon. We'll see if it works. But right now, 10x is live, and we also got WireX and Zappo as well that are currently live. They're currently live features that people can use. The question is whether or not they'll have a successful launch. I really hope that MONACO, with all its promises and what seems to be a very optimistic project, I hope they have a very successful launch, and it seems like they'll be able to, seeing as with the promises they're making of distributing cards already, with the ICO donors, or the ICO participants, they're going to be giving out the black card, and then also eventually they'll be distributing cards as well, hopefully, so people start adopting the platform. So again, there's some benefits right now in the sense of 10x, but in the sense that I actually mentioned, I said MasterCard is the only one working with 10x. There's MasterCard and Visa, but to have both of those compared to just Visa, that is quite an advantage as well as on 10x's part. So just got to keep things like that in mind. I'm not negative on MONACO, but at the same time, there are competitors in the space, and some of which who have had functioning tech. It's already out there. You can use it, and there's a lot of competition in the space. But now that the fundamental analysis is over, now that I'm relatively optimistic on MONACO, I'd like to talk about its current technical analysis. As we saw earlier, MONACO has gone up quite a bit, even in its Bitcoin comparison. If we go here to the hourly, we can really just see this start to come into fruition and just see how much this is ramped up. And each pullback, it just seems like buyers come back in to push it up. So am I buying at these levels? Is there anything we can really read on a technical level? On a technical level, no. There's not much I can read on this. I see exuberance and FOMO coming into this. As much as I think that for the long term, it's going to be a really interesting cryptocurrency along with its technology, I couldn't buy at these levels. I always tell you all, I end up covering a lot of these coins when they're trending, and a lot of people are like, why wouldn't you buy, Nick? It seems to be doing really well. Well, maybe for the long term, I wouldn't mind making an investment, but I'm not swinging it at these levels. I'd wait for a pullback. A very decent level, you can sometimes see these kind of run-ups, pullbacks, and run-ups, and usually you'll find a pullback at the previous resistance. So maybe around 360,000 Satoshis might be a good level to watch, but I'm going to wait for this to cool down and actually build a much more cleaner chart. If we look at 10x's chart, which I'll go to real quick, 10x has actually, do pay. I always forget that with 10x. If we go here to pay and look at 10x's chart, go to the daily here, this is the kind of chart I want to see. I want to see the exuberant run up, and I want to see a pullback slowly but surely kind of curving downward and flattening out. That is something that makes me want to invest for the next month, few months, year, whatever it may be. I like those kinds of really fast run-ups and then a nice steady pullback over the next few weeks. That's something that shows me that this is serious price action. The majority of the volume is holding. You have low volume on the sell side, and it makes me more optimistic to swing it. So I still think that 10x right now, in my opinion, is a better candidate. But I'd love to see how MONACO does. I can't wait to see how its launch goes. It seems pretty interesting. I hope they are successful on bringing on ERC20 tokens, and it'll be really cool to see how the asset contract is going to work for MONACO and see how fast that grows. So only time will tell, though, folks. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. Get a discussion going on between one another in the comments down below, talking about MONACO, talking about 10x, talking about Token Card, all the other competitors in the space. Which one are you optimistic on, and why are you optimistic on it? I want to hear what you all think down in the comments below. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.